Okay, welcome to my trade recap. I'm a little bit swollen still because of my surgery. Mm, Like I said in my last recap, my four whitening tooth, I don't know how they are called in English, they got pulled out. That's why it's swollen. But banger trade, I took this banger trade during London session. I wrote down exactly what I was thinking. I'm just gonna read it and yes. So coming to the market, I saw a London session continuing the trend Asian session already was in. As we can see here, Asian session, we manipulated the Asian session low. We didn't do really anything. We just continued with the order flow and started to fuck the word, wie heißt es? Just moving sideways. So I expected New York session now to sweep London session low and reverse towards London slash Asian session high. So my bias was bullish for the day. After market open, I waited for the 15-minute orb to um, form and waited for a bullish breakout on the 5-minute. At the same time we broke 15-minute orb high, we also broke structure on the 5-minute, forming bullish order flow. I scaled down on the 1-minute and saw a fair value gap resting right below the 50-minute orb high. As we can see here, this one. Um, we pulled back into the fair value gap and that's where I entered. I placed my stop loss at the 50-minute orb low, like I always do, and with my target at Asian session high, which happened to be a risk to reward of 8.1 to 1.6. After the market started to slow down and swept London session high, I set my stop loss to break even around exactly here. I set my stop loss to break even. Since it was Friday and the market usually slows down, I eventually closed the trade right around previous high here at this bullish down candle because we swept New York opening session high, which is this sweep here. We came down and swept this again, and we broke 1-minute structure. Yes, and we broke 1-minute structure. So my realized risk to reward was around 1 to 2. Some emotions were involved because it was my first trade on my new funded account. They didn't affect the entry at all, but me taking profits too early. I was confident that this trade was going to hit full take profit. Besides that, I couldn't have done it better based on my strategy. Nothing to do with the trade itself, but I would maybe find a broker that is more in sync with MetaTrader. So yes, this was the trade. I got around my profits around here. Still very good at all, even though it pumped heavy. I think maybe lunch break, but probably was over during London at this time. And that's why it pumped so hard. But yes, I would never held this trade as long as here because yeah, just not my strategy. Only up to London Asian session high. So this was my trade. Very good trade. Um, I went down on the risk a bit because it was Friday and usually the volume is kind of slow and already gone of the week. But as we can see, we still pumped a lot. That was my trade recap. Appreciate y'all.